When a homeowner calls me and says they want to sell their home, my first step is to tour their home and gather data so that I can create a comparative market analysis. Now, once I'm able to tell the sellers what their likely value is, they can look at their payoff on their home and estimate what they'll have left over in proceeds to use towards the next house. And they can share that information with their lender, and then they'll know how much they can afford when they go house shopping for the next home. In creating that market analysis, my goal is to look at sales from the past year only, so it's really fresh data, and I'm looking at homes that are as geographically close to the subject home as possible and has similar features like similar bed and bath count, same number of garage bays, and hopefully similar square footage. You know what? I'm also looking as I'm comparing the subject house with the previous sales. I'm looking at quality of finish. Do they have granite countertops or do they have laminate countertops? Do we have tile and hardwood floors or a plank vinyl flooring? Is it brick or composite siding on the exterior or vinyl siding? Because those things are going to affect value. And when I go, I could do a lot of that research before I actually go to their house. But I'm not really comfortable telling a person on that first visit what their house is worth because before I go, I don't know the quality of finish and I don't know how well they maintain their home. So I'll actually print out the comparative sales. I'll lay them out on a table. And if we've got a 25 or a $50,000 price range among the comparable sales, I'm actually trying to figure out where their home fits among those sales from the previous year. And I write a narrative and email that narrative to my sellers, and with a link to those past sales so they can check my math and see if I've made a good choice. Now, there are a couple of competing realities here that make this a little dangerous for sellers because there are two ways that realtors survive in this business, and that's by getting listings and by finding buyers. So realtors really want a listing, and they have a motivation to tell sellers what they want to hear. Um, and sellers really yearn for certainty in this process. But the reality is, a comparative market analysis is not science. It is a process of educated guesses. So if you have a realtor that comes with spreadsheets and very beautiful, colorful booklets telling you exactly what your house is worth, I would actually be cautious about that. I would lean instead towards a realtor with experience and a well-known track record. Tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit more about this and about the actual pricing of a house and the pitfalls that many sellers fall into.